Let's face it, the pandemic has changed all of us, and these are 5 habits that you're going to want to keep long after this pandemic goes away. What's up everyone, David here with Free to Be, and thank you for joining me for another video. And today I want to share with you 5 financial habits that we've all probably developed over the past year and some change that we should be keeping way into the future, long after this pandemic has gone away. Now before I get started, as always, if you are new to my channel, I cover financial literacy here in an effort to track my progress to financial independence, and hopefully by doing that, I'm creating valuable content that others can use in their pursuit of financial independence as well. So if you are new to the channel or haven't done so already, please take a moment and just click the subscribe button down below. I really do appreciate the support and it really does help the channel. And if you're not new and joining me again, thank you for coming back. Okay, so we'd be foolish to think that the pandemic hasn't changed us at all. In fact, a lot of us have developed these new habits when it comes to finances that are actually not that bad and have really been a nice silver lining amidst what's been a crazy and chaotic year or so. So what are these 5 habits that we should be keeping going forward? Well, that's exactly what we're covering here today. And I don't think any of these 5 are, more significant or more important than the other, but I do think that all 5 are pretty important. So make sure you stay tuned for this entire video. And much like any other list you might find on the internet, this is not a comprehensive list. So if you do come up with others that I don't cover here, you can let me know in the comments down below. All right, so the first habit that a lot of us have probably picked up is to spend less and save more. I think we've learned a lot over the past year, especially when it comes to savings and the type of saving that we want to do and the type of spending that we used to do. I can speak for myself and let you know that I used to be quite a frivolous spender. I mean, I would just go ahead and buy whatever I felt I needed or whatever I felt I wanted. That's not to say I was skipping out on saving or, paying down debts or any of that other stuff, but I was just spending a lot more of the extra income I had. And now what I've learned is what's more important than that is to just bolster up the savings even higher than they were before. Bolster up the investments even higher than they were before. You don't need to spend as much on clothes. You don't need to spend as much going out and going to those luxury restaurants or buying those fancy new electronics. Save, save, and save, because ultimately that's going to free you up later in life to enjoy your time. And time is money. It is a cliche to say, but time is valuable. There's no getting more of it. So if you can get to a point where you can enjoy it without having to bust your butt and work every single day, that's the best goal you could have. So first and foremost, make sure to continue the habit of spending less and saving more. Now, the second habit that we should all be sticking with going forward is sticking with our budget. If you've noted that you've created budgets that work for you over the past year, if you've realized that maybe you've had to live on a fixed income or a single income, if you're relying on your spouse or partner on that income and that went away, whatever the case may be, you probably started thinking more about a budget and you've actually been sticking to it a lot better over the past 12 months. So why not do that going forward? Why would you abandon a budget after things get back to normal just because now you're a little bit more free and flexible with your income? We should try to continue sticking to the budgets we've created that have worked for us over the past year or so, and they could work for us going forward. And by doing that, we're going to end up saving more and spending less. So it kind of ties in with that first, habit as well. So make sure that whatever budget you've worked on and it works for you, you just stick to it. Now, the third habit is a little bit of a sore spot for me because it is just an inadvertent result of what's been going on, but that is spending less on travel expenses. Now, I know a lot of us are basically chomping at the bit and really itching to get out there and travel, and that's fine. I think we all deserve a little bit of a break. But in terms of like excessive travel or needless travel, maybe it's needless commuting, all of those type of expenses can really be minimized going forward. Maybe you don't need to take 6 trips a year. Maybe you save that money so that you can go on better and bigger trips once you are retired, or once you get to a point where you're a little bit more comfortable with your savings, you've been able to pay down some debts, you've been able to invest some more. Maybe that's the time you take those luxurious trips. But get crafty, save on travel expenses. I'm not saying forego travel altogether. That's not what I'm saying at all. Continue to travel. If that's a passion of yours, if you enjoy that, if that helps you recharge your batteries, continue doing that. But try to get crafty with the way that you do travel and try to save some money on those expenses. Now, the fourth habit that we should all take forward with us going into the future is ways to earn and increase our income. Now, I bet a lot of folks out there have been trying to figure out new ways to create extra income for themselves and their families. And this is not something that needs to just go away with the pandemic. When that goes away, you should continue to push yourself to build multiple income streams and extra income. There's never any harm with getting more income in through your door. So spend some time and really think those through. If you've been able to take a part-time job on during the pandemic to maybe supplement income that's been lost somewhere else, maybe continue doing that going forward. If that helps you get a little bit more comfortable in terms of your financial footing, there's no harm in doing that. So don't just abandon the extra job or your side hustle once the pandemic is over. Continue that habit, because ultimately that's going to be the key. If I've learned anything during the past 12 months, it's the importance of having multiple streams of income. Something that I did know going into the pandemic. I always knew that having that was really important, but it really didn't hit me. It really didn't emphasize and make its point on my life until I was impacted by the pandemic, until I realized that yes, multiple streams of income is key. Being a versatile person in terms of being able to do multiple jobs is key. So why would we just give that up once this whole thing is over? And finally, the fifth habit that should continue to carry forward after the pandemic is over is something that I just like doing anyways, because I think it ultimately saves you a lot of time and effort on thinking on things, and it could actually save you some money too, and that's leaving all your bills on Autopay. And by leaving your bills on Autopay, it really just frees up a little bit of your mental space. You don't have to think about making those payments. You don't have to worry about missing payments. You don't have to worry about late fees. And in some cases, you could actually save a little bit money by enrolling in Autopay. I have a student loan, for example, that actually discounts my interest payment by a point, a whole percentage point, just because I have it set up on Autopay and pay on a recurring basis every single month. That saves me the headache of remembering to log in every month to make that payment or send a check in, and it saves me actual money by just having it there on Autopay. It's a payment that I'm going to make anyways, so why not benefit from the actual saved money there and, you know, a little bit of extra freedom in terms of me not having to think about it. All right, guys, well, that's the list. Those are the 5 habits that I think everyone should be carrying forward long after the pandemic is over. If you agree or disagree with this list, let me know in the comments down below. If you did like this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you are new to the channel or haven't done so already, please take a moment and just click the subscribe button down below, and we'll see you next time.